Sorry for being MIA for most of the summer, but I'm trying to be back now and I'm here for a life update. Back in June, I decided to take some medical school certification classes, and that's almost over with. It's going to end in the fall, but very soon. But I wanted to give a little update about that because I've been working full time as well as trying to participate and ace my classes. It is a lot harder than I thought it would be. And I mean, I knew it would be hard, but it's super difficult to do both at the same time. Like, if I did one or the other, I would have plenty of time, like, left over to relax. But now that I'm doing both, I have zero time to relax. I go to school every day or I go to work every day. It's either school or work, school or work. And there's nothing else really. My work schedule has been an absolute nightmare to navigate lately because I take 2 days off a week to go to school, and the rest of the week I spend trying to study while working. And I've just had rotation after rotation of different clients this past 3 weeks, and it's been such a nightmare for me. Very stressful to make sure I get paid for rent. I still have to pay my rent. The reason I'm going to a career college right now is to hopefully use that as a stepping stone to get into the medical career field that I want. I'm not going to say what it is just yet because I want to keep things low key and private, but basically it's a very important job and it pays very well, and I want to kind of have a fulfillment. I want to feel fulfillment in myself and in my job and in my work because I know I do a good job. I want my job to reflect what I do, my feelings on that. So it's really been a journey this year. It really has. It's been so tough and stressful. I visited my boyfriend recently and made a huge major decision with him. And I don't regret it. It's been hard, it's been tough, but I don't regret it. Things have been just very stressful trying to make sure I'm able to afford my living. I know I'm going back to that, but it's been rough. It's been very rough. My bank account has seen better days, let's just say. I'm definitely penny pinching as hard as I can. Kind of dialing back fun is also stressing me out a little bit with having to do the workload and the school load. I've been doing very well in school. That's been going very well. I maintain an 88% to 92%. So hey, that's pretty darn good, I think. I think I'm one of the few in the class that really takes things seriously. There's about a handful of, it's honestly pretty half and half, of older girls like me and like young girls that are fresh out of high school. And I mean, they already have a pretty good fresh start if they're going into this field, if and the salary that it claims to give. But I mean, Google's been pretty accurate about my salary currently, so I do trust Google at least a little bit to reflect that going forward. I've been joining groups within that field as well, and kind of keeping a low radar and an eye on them to see what these groups have to say And they usually have a lot of information that I can bring to class and the teacher can like verify or, know. But I think I'm doing okay. I wish I had a little bit more practice because on the practice days I've had to give up a few of those this past August, but up to then I was attending every class, but it's been kind of crazy this past, month. Uh Either I've canceled or classes got switched or something. Something's always happening. Uh I got in all of my paperwork, my medical paperwork, and I've never in my life had to do so much medical background paperwork research. And I cannot believe people do this for a job all the time. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's not enough that you just have your social security card and driver's license. Now you got to have a passport, medical history, all that other stuff, and verification that you have this shot and that shot and blah, 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 blah. And don't get me wrong, working in a hospital environment that I want, I understand that these things are important to be vaccinated and everything, but I don't feel like everything on that list was necessary. Just not in my area. I'm not exposed to people, and these vaccines that I got are not bloodborne exposure or body fluid exposure. So, not with the amount of chemicals I'll be handling. I don't make the rules, though. That probably would be a lot easier if I did. I'm a very humanitarian person that does the right thing for the right reasons, first and foremost. Then the sneaky stuff comes after. Sneaky stuff if first didn't succeed, kind of thing. Yeah, I can't say I've been too happy this month. I've been kind of stressing myself out and stretching myself thin in various ways. I've barely got through this book, and I said this would be read by the end of June, and here it is in August. So, and the next video I do is going to be about this, because I just now finished it like 4 days ago. But I also wanted to do a life update because shit's been crazy, man. Shit's been crazy. And I know these aren't super popular videos, but I do feel like I need to vent it out a little bit into the void. I've just, I'm doing my best. I'm ready to succeed, and I should probably clarify the reason I'm doing this when my book channel is the one I'm passionate about as a hobby. I want to be a writer first and foremost, but I'm well aware that being a famous multi-million writer is a very long road and hard road for many that don't get there. Like, I kind of, at this point, I want a piece of the pie. I don't need the $1 million pie. I just want a fat piece of the pie. And I feel like that's a very millennial mentality these days, because now more than ever we are the, hitting 30s and early 40s. I think that's our age group. And like, we're having babies, man. We're supposed to have babies and a house and a stable career with pensions on the way. That's what we were promised, after all. And what we've been busting our asses for, like, recession after recession. And, like, I'm 30 and I need something that's a stable career. A stable career that's meaningful and means something to me. And pays well. I'm not gonna lie, pays very much part of it. But I mean, I'm still gonna write. I'm going to write until I cannot write anymore. I'm maybe going to pivot for a while, and that's what I've been doing since like May. Actually, I have barely wrote very much. I'm mostly just focused on working out, trying to slim down so that and able to be strong with the arms, because I'm gonna be doing a lot of, hand work and uh, lifting some trays and stuff. So that could be potentially very painful. I actually hurt my shoulder, my left shoulder, the other day, and it's mostly healed, thank God. I was like, oh, please don't like give me a tear in my rotator cuff or whatever. And I don't think that's the case. I've just been taking a lot of ibuprofen and drinking water, having bananas, just trying to put a little muscle into the shoulders and arms right now. I've been working out quite not a lot this month, but when I do work out, it's a very good workout. I hit 582 calories yesterday from all the estimated workout that I did. So I feel pretty good. Just kind of tired and having a minute to myself to do this. I'm still gonna be writing. I just it's really slowed down and kind of stalled in some ways this summer, just as much as me being unable to read anything, because I'm mostly reading my schoolwork. I can't really find the time to read these two. I've been trying to find ways to relax at night and try to read before bed, so that's been kind of hit and miss. Living my life, trying to get my certification and have a stable enough job that I can get a new car, because woof my car. I need a much better car than the one I have. It's a very commuter's car. And I'm not repairing it. No way. I put enough money in that. I could have probably paid for a whole new car by now with that kind of cash. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of trying to remember to do things that make me happy, but also, happiness comes with a price tag, so I have to be very careful with my money. And yeah, I'm going to be graduating soon, but first I'm going to start an internship very soon here in the next new month of September. So I'm very excited about that. I am determined to do a good job and leave with a good impression, and hopefully referrals, if not a job. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for listening to my rant all the way through. Catch you on the next one. Bye.